today I'm going to show you how to make fried king crab legs injected with Cajun butter, so let's get started with the video. We're going to begin by preparing the king crab legs. Remove the knuckle from the leg. Using scissors, cut the shell open while making sure not to cut the crab leg meat. Once you've cut it, pull back the shell and break it off. Be careful not to remove the crab leg meat from the other pieces of the leg, we are only removing the shell. Next, remove the fat by gently rubbing it off. When you're finished, give it a quick rinse and then repeat this process with the rest of your crab legs. When you're finished, your crab legs should look like this. Once you have finished preparing your king crabs, set them to the side. Next, in a dish, add 1.5 cups of flour. Then add 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of Old Bay, 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Then mix everything together until well combined. Next, take half a cup of your flour mixture and pour it in a bowl. Then add 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, and 3/4 cup of sparkling water. Mix everything together until well combined, and when you're finished, the consistency should look like this. If it's too thick, add more sparkling water, and if it's too runny, add more flour. Now that everything has been prepared, we can begin coating the king crab legs. Coat the king crab leg meat in the batter. And then coat it in the flour. Once coated in the flour, coat again in the batter. And then coat it one more time in the flour. Repeat this process with the rest of your crab legs. By the way, when you're coating the king crab leg in the batter, make sure to let the excess batter drip off and then place it in the flour. Also, the reason we're double coating the king crab leg is so that it has a thick crust, so when we inject it, the butter won't easily leak out. Once you have finished coating your crab legs, you can begin frying them. Fill a pot or deep fryer with vegetable oil and heat it up to around 350 degrees. Fry your king crab leg for around 3 to 5 minutes or until crispy and golden brown. Once you have finished frying your king crab leg, take it out and place it on a wire rack. Repeat this process with the rest of your king crab legs. Once you finish frying your king crab, set them to the side. Next, we're going to prepare the Cajun butter that we're going to inject into our fried king crab legs. Begin by melting 4 tablespoons of butter. Then add 1/4 teaspoon of Creole seasoning. Mix everything together and then give your butter a taste and see if it needs more seasoning. Next, pour the butter into a meat injector. When you're finished, you can now inject the butter into your fried king crab leg. Stick the injector in the middle of the king crab leg and then inject the butter while slowly pulling it out. The amount of butter you inject into the king crab is up to you. Repeat this process with the rest of your fried king crab legs. When you're finished, you can go ahead and plate everything up. And this is the finished result. These king crab legs were really good. They were buttery and well seasoned. This recipe was inspired by Kimmy's creation. I saw her make fried king crab injected with Cajun butter on TikTok and I just had to try it. She has a lot of good recipes, so if you want to check her out, I'll have a link to her TikTok in the description below. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make some delicious fried seafood. We're going to be frying some king crab, lobster, snow crab, and more, so let's get started with the video. Begin by cleaning your king crab. After you finish with that, break apart your king crab leg. Then, using scissors, cut the side of the shell and break it open to remove the meat. Now we're going to move on to our lobster. Cut the top of the lobster tail open. You just need to cut a straight line down the center. Then, carefully peel back the shell without breaking it and pull out your lobster meat. Make sure not to completely remove the lobster meat from the shell. When you've taken out your lobster meat, take out any veins. Make sure to check the top and the bottom of the lobster meat. After that, clean and rinse off your lobster and then set it to the side. Now we're just going to deshell and devein our shrimp. Now that all of our seafood has been prepped and cleaned, we can go ahead and season everything. By the way, I'm also going to be frying some scallops. Alright, so the seasonings I used were pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Old Bay, and Cajun seasoning. And then whisk until smooth. To do this, I'm going to use an immersion blender, and I have been using this thing for everything. I love using it. Add a bit of hot sauce in your egg wash, whisk again, and you are all finished. Pour your egg wash in a pan and then set it to the side. In a pan, add flour, and then add pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, a bit of Cajun seasoning, and Old Bay. Mix everything together until well combined and then set it to the side. In another pan, add breadcrumbs. Then add the same seasonings as before. Now set that to the side. So my mom has a lot of fish fry that she bought, and we literally never use it, so I decided to use it for this video. I wanted to see which one was better, fish fry or breadcrumbs. Now that everything's prepared, we can start coating our seafood. For the breadcrumbs method, simply coat your seafood in flour. Shake off any excess flour when you're finished. Then coat it in the egg wash. And finally coat it in the breadcrumbs. When you're finished, shake off any excess breadcrumbs and then set it to the side. For the fish fry method, simply coat your seafood in the egg wash and then coat it in the fish fry. You actually do not need an egg wash for the fish fry. You can simply just coat your seafood in the fish fry, but I had enough egg wash, so I decided to just coat it in the egg wash anyway. When you're finished, shake off the excess fish fry and set it to the side. And just repeat this process until you've coated all your seafood. When you finish coating all of your seafood, prepare your fryer. Add vegetable oil in a deep fryer or a pot. Then heat up your oil. When everything is ready, go ahead and start frying your seafood. You'll know your seafood is done when it rises to the top, is golden brown, and there are less bubbles surrounding it. Make sure when you remove the seafood from the fryer, you're placing it on a plate or a dish that has paper towels so the paper towels can absorb the excess oil coming off of the seafood. And this is the result after I finish frying. So my thoughts are, when I do the breadcrumb method, it's a lot darker but golden brown, plus I feel like it smells better, but that's just in my opinion. With the fish fry, I feel like the fish fry makes the seafood look more golden, not as dark as breadcrumbs, but like an actual golden color. Plus, it creates more of a breading, like it's puffier, it looks more fluffy in a way. Plus, using fish fry is easier than doing the breadcrumbs. However, I do like how the breadcrumbs look just because of the color. However, I do like how the lobster looks coated in fish fry. By the way, I did make a sauce to go with it. It was just a simple sauce, mayo, mustard, hot sauce, and lemon juice. Oh, and seasoned salt and pepper. I didn't really measure it while I was making it, but I'll have some exact measurements in the description below. Alright, and this is the finished product. Everything came out great, especially the snow crabs. It was my first time frying snow crabs, so I'm glad it came out well. I wanted to fry snow crabs ever since my mom went to a restaurant that had fried snow crabs when she went to Fort Lauderdale, so I'm really glad it came out well. I really couldn't decide which one's better, fish fry or breadcrumbs. However, I do know that they both taste good and smell good. Fish fry is easier, but with breadcrumbs it has a better look in my opinion. But when it came to the lobster, I think the lobster looks way better with the fish fry than the breadcrumbs. When it comes to flavor, I think they're both pretty well seasoned. So honestly, I couldn't decide. Comment down below which one you think is the best. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Everything I used in the video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make buffalo fried seafood. I will also be teaching you how to make some homemade buffalo sauce and some In-N-Out Copycat fry sauce. So let's get started with the video. We're going to begin by making the buffalo sauce. Melt 3 tablespoons of butter in a small saucepan over medium heat. When the butter is melted, add 2/3 cup of red hot original hot sauce. Then add 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1/2 tablespoon of white vinegar, 1/8 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, and 1/8 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. Whisk everything together until well combined. Then place your sauce off the heat and into a container. Make sure to peel and devein your shrimp. Make sure you clean and deshell all of your seafood. Season your seafood. The seasonings I used were pepper, onion powder, Cajun seasoning, and Creole seasoning. In a bowl, crack 4 eggs. Then add 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. Whisk until smooth. When you're finished, set it to the side. In a small pan, add a good amount of flour. Now add some seasonings to your flour. I added pepper, Creole seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, Cajun seasoning, and Old Bay. Mix everything together until well combined. In another small square pan, add some breadcrumbs. Season the breadcrumbs with Cajun seasoning, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. Then mix until everything is well combined. Pour your egg mixture inside of a small pan as well, and then you are ready to start coating your seafood. Alright, so first you want to coat it in flour, and then into the egg mixture, and then back into the flour, and then back into the egg mixture. Then you coat it in the bread mixture, and then back into the egg mixture, and then back into the bread. I know this seems like a lot, but it's totally necessary. Your seafood needs a thick coating, because when it cooks inside the air fryer, the seafood's juices are going to come out and make your fried seafood all soggy and gross, and that isn't what you want. We're creating a thick coating so that doesn't happen and your fried seafood stays crispy. You could also try doing flour, then egg, then bread, then egg, then bread again. It might be a tiny bit soggy in some places though. Alright, so with the mussels we're only doing one layer. Dip in the flour, then dip in the egg, and then dip in the breadcrumbs. Since the mussels are already cooked, they don't need as much breading or coating as the other pieces of seafood. Now place your pieces of seafood inside the air fryer. Make sure not to overcrowd the air fryer. Just cook them a few pieces at a time. Three minutes into cooking your seafood, flip them over. Once your seafood is finished frying in the air fryer, take them out. When you're cooking your mussels, only cook them for about 3 minutes at 370 degrees. Pour your buffalo sauce in a small pan. Then coat your seafood. Now we're just going to cook some fries in the air fryer. Once it's been about 10 minutes, my fries are usually done. Place your fries in a bowl and then add some seasoned salt. Shake up the bowl until your fries are evenly coated. Now we're going to make a simple fry sauce. This sauce is actually a copycat recipe from In-N-Out. In a small bowl, add 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Then add 1/4 cup of ketchup, 1/8 cup of relish, 1/2 teaspoon of mustard, 1/2 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Mix everything together until well combined. Put everything together and you are all finished. Go ahead and enjoy your buffalo fried seafood with fries and dipping sauce. You can eat the buffalo fried seafood with ranch or blue cheese dressing. Honestly, I like blue cheese way more than ranch. By the way, I know the coating is really thick, but that was to prevent the seafood from becoming soggy and falling apart. You can add a lighter coat and see how that does, like maybe just do double breading it instead of double floured, double breaded. Or you could try using a different breading. Then again, if you like it thick, this is totally for you. Thank you so much for watching the video. Everything I used in the video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make this delicious king crab po' boy, so let's get started with the video. First, we're going to make our sauce. In a bowl, add 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1.5 teaspoons of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of relish, the juice of half a lemon, three tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of hot sauce, a half a teaspoon of Creole seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, set your sauce to the side. Next, thoroughly clean 2 king crab legs. Rinse off any dirt or barnacles off of your king crab. When you're finished, go ahead and break open your king crab legs and take out the meat. Cut along the side of the shell, and then when you finish cutting it all the way, open it up. Once you've opened it up, you can take out your crab leg meat. Repeat this process until you've removed all the meat from your king crab legs. Make sure to remove the white fat and the green bits from your king crab meat. Next, season your king crab. I seasoned mine with pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Old Bay, and paprika. When you're finished, set your king crab to the side. Next, in a bowl, add 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 egg, and some hot sauce. Mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, set it to the side. In another dish or bowl, add flour, then add your seasonings. I added pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, Old Bay, paprika, and Creole seasoning. Mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, you can begin coating your king crab. First, coat your king crab in your flour mixture. Then in your buttermilk mixture. And finally back into your flour mixture. Then just repeat this process with the rest of your king crab. When you finish coating all of your king crab, you can begin frying them. In a pot or deep fryer, fry your king crab at 350 degrees for 4 to 5 minutes or until crispy and golden brown. Once your king crab has finished frying, place it on a wire rack or a paper towel covered plate. Now that you've finished frying your king crab, set it to the side. Next, cut a tomato into slices. Next, cut a piece of French bread in half and then add some butter. Once you've added your butter, place it in the oven at 400 degrees and toast it to your liking. This part's optional, but you can take out your French bread when the butter is almost melted and spread it. Then place it back in the oven to toast some more. That's just something I like to do, but you can also just melt some butter and brush it on the bread. When you finish toasting your bread, go ahead and assemble your po' boy. We're going to begin by adding our lettuce, then our tomatoes. I always like to put salt and pepper on my tomatoes. Then add your king crab. And finally, your sauce. And this is the finished result. This came out great. The king crab was crispy and well seasoned. The sauce tasted really good and went well with the sandwich. And it overall just looks really good. The recipe is pretty easy, so I totally recommend giving this a try. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these crispy delicious beer battered fried king crab. So let's get started with the video. Begin by cracking open your king crabs and taking out the meat. To do this, first you have to snap the king crab leg apart. Then, using scissors, cut the shell open. Pull back the shell and then remove the meat from inside. Next, remove the fat from the meat. All you have to do is gently pull it off. Repeat this process with the rest of your king crab legs. After you remove the meat from the shell, make sure you rinse and clean the king crab legs and dry them off. When you have finished prepping and cleaning the king crab legs, season them with pepper. When you're finished, set your king crab to the side. Next, in a large bowl, add 3 cups of flour. Then add 1 tablespoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of Old Bay seasoning, and 1 tablespoon of paprika. After adding all the seasonings, mix everything together until well combined. Next, take another large bowl and add 1 cup of your seasoned flour into the bowl. Then, in that same bowl you added the flour to, add 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, and around 1.5 cups of beer. If your batter is too thick, add more beer. If your batter is too loose, add more flour. This is the consistency you want for your batter. When you're finished, it should look like this. When you finish making the wet batter, you can begin coating the king crab legs. First, coat the king crab in the wet batter. Then, coat it in the flour. When you have finished coating the king crab, set it to the side and repeat this process until you've coated all of them. When you have finished coating the king crab legs, you can begin frying them. Add vegetable oil to a pot or deep fryer and then heat the oil up to around 350 degrees. When the oil is hot, fry your king crab legs for 3 to 5 minutes or until crispy and golden brown. Make sure to fry the king crabs in batches so you don't overcrowd the deep fryer or pot. Once the king crab legs have finished cooking, take them out and place them on a wire rack. Repeat this process until you've cooked all of your king crab legs. Now that the king crab legs are cooked, we are going to move on and make the dipping sauce. In a bowl, add a half a cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, 1 teaspoon of mustard, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1/8 teaspoon of Old Bay, 1/8 teaspoon of paprika, and 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. Mix everything together until well combined, and then you are all finished. Now that everything has been prepared, you can go ahead and plate everything up. And this is the finished result. This turned out great. The king crab legs were crispy, tasty, and well seasoned. The king crab tastes even better if you squeeze some lemon juice on it and dip it in the sauce. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!